The rotation in 3D is slightly different than the 2D rotation. Okay. In 2D, performing rotation in only one plane, that is with respect to xy plane. So in xy plane, we can rotate a point or object either in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Okay. But in case of 3D, as there are three axes, so three different planes, that is xy, xz and yz planes we have to consider. In 3D, we need to specify to which axis and by what angle we want to rotate the object. Means we need to perform the rotation along the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So we need to specify the axis and the by what angle we want to rotate the object. Okay. So in 2D, it is simple to detect the clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. But in 3D, to detect the clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, we are looking from the positive half of the axis towards the origin. Okay, then only we can decide the clockwise and the anti-clockwise direction by the normal conventions. Okay, so by convention, positive rotation angle produces always the anti-clockwise rotations. Okay, anti-clockwise rotations, and the negative rotation angle, that is means x to z, z to y and y to x. Okay, that produces always the clockwise direction. Okay, so the easiest rotation axis is to handle are those are parallel to the coordinate axis. Okay, so basically in the 2D rotation also you have studied, like if we need to perform the counterclockwise rotation, okay, where the rotation angle will be considered as a positive. Now, how to perform the coordinate axis rotations? Means now in the 3D rotation, we need to rotate the point along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay. So how to represent the coordinate axis rotation with the help of matrix transformations? So basically here in the 2D rotation, you already studied that if you have to rotate a 2D point, okay, say x and y by angle theta, okay, in anti-clockwise direction, then the transformation matrix will be like this. Okay, so this is the 2D rotation matrix. Okay, so the 2D rotation matrix represents cos theta minus sin theta and cos theta. Cos theta diagonally and the sin theta it is opposite. Okay. So while performing the operation on the 3D, we can also utilize this concept to the 3D rotation about the z-axis. Okay. So here you can see, as we are going to use the same matrix representation for the 3D rotation, but with respect to different coordinate axis, right? So in the 2D rotation, as this represents the matrix operation, after performing this rotation matrix along with this original vector, we'll get the equation it as a x dash equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta and y dash equal to x sin theta plus y cos theta. Okay, and the equation that is representing here, that is p dash equal to r dot p. Okay, so let's consider the point that we want to rotate in case of 2D, the point that we want to rotate in case of 3D. Okay, so now here we need to perform the rotation about the z-axis. Okay, so if we perform the rotation about the z-axis, okay, either in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, here the direction indicates the anti-clockwise. Okay, means positive angle. Okay. So the z coordinate, it remains unchanged. Okay, and xy coordinate changes as in case of 3D. Okay. So the change will occur in the x and y coordinate, but z coordinate will remain as it is. Okay. So after performing the rotation about the z axis, okay, in the anti-clockwise direction, we'll be getting the x nu, y nu and z nu values. Right? So the matrix representation for this, that part first we'll see how to perform the mathematical operations. If we perform the rotation about the z-axis in the clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, the z coordinate remains unchanged. Okay, and x and y coordinate changes. Okay, in homogeneous coordinate form, the three-dimensional z-axis rotation equations are expressed as. So how to represent the three-dimensional z-axis rotation equation in terms of homogeneous coordinate form? We know that for the three-dimensional coordinate axis will be required 4 by 4 matrix. So this represents the 4 by 4 matrix. But now the parameters are here cos theta minus sin theta and cos theta. Okay. So the same representation that is there in the 2D rotation. Now here we need to perform the rotation about the z-axis. When we perform the rotation about the z-axis, z coordinate remains unchanged. So here the matrix will be representing the upper half part of this matrix that will be represented in terms of these equations, cos theta minus sin theta and cos theta. Okay, so this is actually the rotation matrix, 4 by 4 matrix, that we want to multiply with the original vector. Okay, or original point we can say, that will be represented in the form of vector x, y, z and 1. So it will perform the operations, that is the multiplication operation of this rotation matrix with the original vector. We will get the new values of x, y and z, okay, after rotation. So for that the equations will getting x dash equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta, y dash equal to x sin theta plus y cos theta, and here you can see the z coordinate that for this z new value, that will be z dash equal to z. Okay, so from this we can observe that the z coordinate remains unchanged, only the x and y coordinate changes. So we need to perform these matrix operations whenever we are going to rotate the point about the z axis. Okay, so this is just one example. Here it is given rotation of an object about the z axis. Okay, and whenever we are performing all these matrix operations, always we use, it is in the form of P dash equal to Rz theta dot P. Okay, Rz represents the rotation about the z axis, theta represents the angle positive rotation, and P represents the original vector. Okay, so we'll get the new rotation vector, that will be P dash. Okay. Now the next, how to find out the rotation about the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, in the previous point we have seen how to find out the rotation about the z-axis. So rotation about the z-axis, it is equal to the rotation in the two-dimensional plane. Okay, except here we'll be having the z coordinate. Okay, and the z coordinate value remains unchanged when we perform the rotation about the z-axis. So about the rotations around the other axis. Okay, so to perform that, now let's consider that the rotation about the x-axis can be obtained from transformation matrix of rotation about the z-axis. It means we can use that transformation matrix that already we have calculated. Okay, for that we need to perform some cyclic permutations of the coordination parameters. Okay, x, y and z. Okay, parameters x, y and z. So it means that we have to replace y coordinate by x coordinate, z by y coordinate, okay, and x by z coordinate. Okay, so we need to perform this cyclic permutation. So basically, if we apply this cyclic permutation, we can easily find out the equations to find out the rotation about an axis. Okay, so we'll be required this cyclic permutations. Here you can see x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Okay, so here the y coordinate replaced with x coordinate, okay, and z by y and x by z. Okay, so about the x-axis rotation, so here it is specified. Let's consider this is the rotation about the z-axis that we have. So RZ representing the rotation about the z-axis. Now we need to perform the cyclic permutation. So what will be changing here? Z will be represented as a x. Okay, x will be represented as a y, and y will be represented as a z. Okay. So with these operations, here x coordinate remains unchanged. Okay, and yz values gets changed. How? Because here we are considering this as a x, as only just we are naming it, but actually the rotation will be carried out along the, by considering along the z axis. Okay, so what we are going to do here, we are making the use of this equation, that is x to y, y to z, and z to x, right? So we'll get the new equations, right? So now for the rotation about an x-axis, the transformation matrix will be like x dash, y dash, z dash equal to 4 by 4 matrix. Now y and z coordinates will change. So in that case, the this part cos theta minus sin theta and cos theta. Okay, here it is represented like this. Okay, so finally after performing the multiplication along with this transformation matrix and this original vector, we'll get this new equations, that is x dash equal to x, y dash equal to y cos theta minus z sin theta, and z dash equal to y sin theta plus z cos theta. Okay, so and the equation that representing these operations, those are p dash equal to rx theta dot t. Okay, rx represents the rotation about the x-axis and the angle representing the theta. Okay, so finally here with using the equations also, you can see that the x coordinate remains unchanged and y and z coordinate, it will be changed, right? X coordinate remains unchanged. Okay, as in the previous case, z coordinate remains unchanged. Now we have performed the cyclic permutation, so our z will be considered as the x, so that will be unchanged, and the y and z coordinates will be changed. Okay, so this is the rotation about an x-axis. Now rotation about an y-axis. Okay, so to form again a transformation matrix for rotation about an y-axis, we are making again use of transformation matrix of rotation about x-axis, rotation about x-axis with the cyclic permutations. Okay, so for this, the transformation matrix will get, that will be cos theta 0, sin theta 0, 1, 0, sin theta 0, and cos theta. Okay, as here we know that we need to perform the rotation about the y-axis. Okay, rotation about the y-axis. In that case, we are going to change the value of x and z. Okay, y value remains unchanged. So by making the use of cyclic permutation of x, y, z in the above equations, we get these new equations. Okay, so here you can see that this equation y dash equal to y, that will be getting after performing the multiplication. So the y coordinate remains unchanged and the x and z values gets changed. Okay. So by using these equations, we will get the rotation about the y-axis in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay. So the transformation matrix for this will be this. So whenever you are going to perform the rotation about an y-axis, you need to use the transformation matrix. for the anticlockwise direction, cos theta 0 sin theta 0 1 0 minus sin theta 0 and cos theta. Okay. So remember that the sign of the transformation matrix for the rotation about y-axis in the anticlockwise direction. Okay. And here you will be getting the final equation based on this, that will be p dash equal to ry rotation about an y-axis multiplied by theta multiplied by uh, the original vector. Okay, so ry of theta representing the rotation about y-axis. Okay, and the angle that also we need to consider. Okay, that is the positive for the positive rotation. Okay, so is opposite to that of rotation about the x-axis and z-axis in the anti-clockwise direction. So to understand this x, how to calculate actually, how to find out the rotation about the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, okay, we'll be going through one example, okay. So then you can understand actually how to calculate and how to use this transformation matrix to perform the rotation in the 3D plane, okay. So that part we'll see in the next lecture. Thank you.